So, do you get scared when you're about to speak in front of a large amount of people? You as a singer, musician, do you get scared or nervous? Or do you have fight flight before you go on stage in front of thousands of people? We have to have courage in the midst of fear. Do you get fight flight when you're about to speak in front of a boardroom of people, presenting your PowerPoint in front of all these people about talking about budgets or projects or whatever? Or are you a singer that gets fight flight right before you go on stage? You're in front of thousands of people that are there to see you sing, and you're nervous or you're terrified. Well, let's just talk about this for a moment. Fight flight. Fight flight is basically the increase of cortisol in the system, which is our fight flight, kind of like the hunter-gatherers when they were threatened by a saber-toothed tiger or whatever. It was either fight, flight, or freeze. I want to tell you 3 stories that encapsulates how I had fight flight before I was doing music, a concert. The first story is this. It was at the Marriott. Now picture this. It was at the Marriott in this white tent. There was hundreds of chairs set out for us to sing to when they arrived. 30 minutes before the concert was to start, we did a mic check, Carissa and I. We started singing, and then all of a sudden the power went off 30 minutes before we were supposed to do the concert. So we're freaking out. There's no power in this tent. It's super dark when there was light before. So the producer went to the manager, couldn't find the manager. So I went out into the lobby and found the manager, and I said, we have no electricity in the tent. We're supposed to be doing a concert in 30 minutes. Can we do something about this? So it was just basically kind of fight flight for me because I produced this concert. We were raising money for an organization. And basically, right before the concert was supposed to happen, people started showing up, and then the electricity went back on. Like finally, right? Electricity went back on, people started showing up, we're freaking out. Fight flight, like all of us have fight flight because we've only had about a month to prepare for this concert. And we had a piano there, we have a guitarist, then we have basically a stage, and we're getting ready to start the concert. I am nervous. We go out there and we pray because that kind of helps me. And then we get into the concert. The music starts and we do an awesome job. I did some arias, we did some Broadway shows, we did some Andrea Bocelli, and basically it was a success. We got 2 standing ovations, and we raised over $5,000 for this organization. So I wanted to know, even though I had fight flight and I was nervous, I had the courage to go through with this concert, and it was a success. The other story I want to tell you about is about the one rehearsal concert. I was producing a concert called Faith, Hope, Love, and we had all these songs that we were going to do for this Faith, Hope, Love. We were also raising money for an organization. So picture this, okay? Picture this. The Friday before the concert, they said we can only have one rehearsal because the next week they're going to be doing a wedding before the concert. The next day is the concert. So the week before, on the Friday, we had one rehearsal with the keyboard, the guitar, and the drummer. One rehearsal. That's pretty tough when we have not gone through the whole set list. So we basically took many hours to do one rehearsal. And then we had no rehearsal until the concert. The concert, we got there early and we would be able to rehearse a little bit. But then one of the songs we had to throw out because it was not going to work out. So anyways, we were nervous throughout the whole thing. I did a prayer before we went on and did the concert. And I remember we were getting ready and the drummer said, I forgot my kit. I have to go back to my house and get my kit. I'm like, where do you live? Mission VA, ho? You're serious? You're going to get back here in time for the concert? Oh yeah, no problem. Barely he got back. Anyways, we did the Faith, Hope, Love concert. It was a success, and we raised money for an organization. Now, the third story I want to tell you, picture this, okay? I talked to the tech people and the video people, and I'm doing a service. I'm going to be singing at a service. And I talked to them and I said, I have a YouTube video that has the lyrics and the music. I'll just send you the link. And they basically said, oh, it's okay. We can work with this. We can work with this. We'll get this working. So the service happens. It's my time to go up and sing. So I go up on stage and I pull the microphone off the stand, and then there's feedback. And I'm like, this is not going very well already, right? So there's feedback. So then I look up and I kind of like look at them, and they start the video. The music starts not playing, and it's just lyrics. And I start wait a second, there's no music. There's no music for the song. So I had the microphone in my hand, and it was feedback. So I put the microphone down, and I knew that this YouTube video froze too. And so I realized I was on my own, and I had some opera training, so I knew how to belt my voice. I started belting my voice, and I did the whole song a cappella. And then I shortened the song by not doing one of the choruses. So anyways, I watched the video the next day or the day after that, and I noticed that the music is piped into the online streaming video as me singing. And I said, there was no music in the church. And other people verified there was no music in the church. And basically, on the video, they had the music piped in as I was singing. And once they realized that they kind of messed up, they stopped the music on the streaming, and the rest of it was me a cappella. I had really no microphone other than the one I had in my hand. And so basically, I was able to project my voice and be able to sing the song a cappella. And I heard this story that people that use PowerPoint, the one that has the most PowerPoint slides, it doesn't work out. So when I look at it now, I realize, okay, technically it didn't work out with the online YouTube video that was going to be playing the music. So I was able to improvise. I was able to have courage in the midst of fear.